Well, the Border-Gavaskar Trophy is currently underway. The second match is about to start in a day. The match will be played in the city of Adelaide. It's a day-night test match which is played with a pink ball. There has been a lot of hype for this match, and mainly because India has won the first match of the series. They won the first match by 295 runs, a massive margin, something that will give them a world of confidence going into the next 4 matches. Now, there was a 10-day gap between the 2 matches. Indian team, Australian team, they have been preparing well for the pink ball. It's a different challenge altogether. It's not just the color that's different, it's also the characteristics of the ball that's different. Pink ball swings a lot. It really makes life difficult for the batters. So the teams have been preparing. As I said, there has been a lot of hype, and when it comes to the Indian team, there is one big question mark that was looming over the Indian team for the last few days, but now Captain Rohit Sharma has solved that mystery. He has come out and clarified, and that was about the batting position. Rohit Sharma didn't play the first test. He was still in India because as you all know, he became the father for the second time. KL Rahul, Yashasvi Jaiswal, these two opened the innings in Rohit's absence, did brilliantly well in the second innings. A 200-run partnership. Rahul and Jaiswal both looked in phenomenal touch in the first test, and Rohit Sharma obviously came back. He is now there for the second test. He will obviously play. He's the captain of the team. He will play the second test. But if Rohit comes in, then will you break that opening partnership or not? And this was the question mark that was looming over the Indian team. Do you break that successful partnership that did wonders for you, that helped you win a match in Perth? Will Rohit open? Will he play in the middle order? This was something that we all were asking in the practice game, a 2-day practice game, which eventually ended up being a 50-over game each side because of rain. Even in that, Rohit played in the middle order. So that was sort of a hint of what the Indian team is planning. But today, Rohit Sharma in the pre-match press conference came out and said that KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal will open the innings. I will bat somewhere in the middle. Now, he didn't give the exact number, whether he'll bat number 5, number 6, number 4, it's Virat Kohli's position, but he just said I'll bat somewhere in the middle. So this is a good clarification coming in from the Indian captain. I think it has put or laid rest to all the speculations about his batting position in this game. This is the exact statement of what Rohit Sharma had to say about the opening pair and him playing in the middle order. He said KL Rahul will open, obviously with Jaiswal. I'll bat somewhere in the middle. They batted brilliantly. I felt there's no need to change that now. Maybe in future the things will be different, but personally not easy for me, but for the team it made a lot of sense. So he has very categorically said that it's not easy for me to go back to the middle order position, to go back to number 5. To remind you viewers, he started his career playing in the middle order. He was pushed to the opening slot in the white ball game in 2013, then in red ball game in 2019, and since then he has been opening for the Indian team across formats. This is after years now that he will play in the middle order. So he said that it won't be easy for me, but it made a lot of sense for the team, and that's why I am doing this. So hopefully that works out for the Indian team, for Rohit Sharma himself. He gets to play some serious knocks in Adelaide and also going forward. Obviously, he has said that things might change in future, but as of now, since looking at the way they have been performing, the form they are in, these two, KL Rahul and Yashasvi Jaiswal, it made a lot of sense for me to come out and bat in the middle order. In the press conference, he talked about a lot of things. He talked about the pink ball challenge, how the ball swinging and playing under the lights is a big challenge. But he said that we are professionals, we are professional athletes, we have been trained to play in different conditions, and that's exactly what we are going to do. We are going to put our best foot forward going ahead. And then he was also asked about the apparent rift in the Australian dressing room, something that came out of Hazelwood's statement during day 3 post-day press conference, where Hazelwood said that he was asked what will the Australian team do with the bat on day 4 to save the match or to win the match. He said you will have to ask the batters that, because I am going to rest and I'm focusing on the second test already. That sort of created uproar on social media, asking is there a rift between the Australian batters and bowlers. So this was obviously covered a lot in media, Australian media, Indian media. Border-Gavaskar had his say, Michael Vaughan, Adam Gilchrist. was probably the first one to point it out and ask, is there a rift between the batters and the bowlers in the Australian dressing room? Rohit was asked about this. He said, I have no idea about all that. All I'm focusing is that there's a good environment in our setup and we are just focusing on that. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in the Australian dressing room. A very diplomatic but a very genuine answer from the Indian captain. Now, he was also asked about Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja, match winners, legends, experienced campaigners, especially when it comes to red ball cricket. They didn't play the first test, and that was probably after 11 or 12 years that both of them or neither of them featured in the playing 11 for India in the red ball game, be it India or overseas. So he was asked how difficult is it to have those senior players on the bench and have youngsters play in place of them. He said that unfortunately, Rohit said that I was not there to tell them or give them this message that you won't be playing, but they understand. And he admitted that in the last few years, the success that India has seen in Test cricket, these two have played a major role in that. It is because of these two that we have been winning matches day in and day out. And he acknowledged the experience that these two bring on the table. But he also said that somewhere down the line in this series, their experience will come in handy. So he has not ruled out the fact that these two won't play in the entire series. Obviously, they can play. There are a lot of speculation about, will it be Washington Sundar, will it be Ravichandran Ashwin, who's going to play in the first test. Washington Sundar played in the city of Perth. In the second test in Adelaide in pink ball, do you want an experienced campaigner like Ravichandran Ashwin to handle the pink ball? Especially with the likes of Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill making a comeback, your batting is getting stronger. So might as well get a proper bowler who is also handy with the bat. This is the best combination that Ravichandran Ashwin brings to the table. Obviously, Washington Sundar has done nothing wrong. He has been brilliant out and out whenever he has been asked to perform for the team, be it in India or overseas, especially in the Gava test 4 years back. But this is the speculation that is going on. He has not cleared the air about that. He has obviously not given the playing 11 for the test tomorrow, but he has said that these two experienced campaigners will definitely come in handy going forward. So there was obviously a lot of other things that was asked to Rohit Sharma, but these were the major talking points. He also praised the youngsters that played, Nitish Reddy and Harshit Rana. These two youngsters made their red ball debut in Australia in the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, a big tournament to play in, and he was impressed by these youngsters. He said, I've seen them in T20s, but them coming here, playing their first game and leaving a mark, that was very, very impressive. We also talked about the likes of Jaiswal coming to these shores and, for the first time playing red ball cricket in Australia for the first time, and then playing the sort of innings that Jaiswal played in the first test, 161. He was asked, what are your thoughts on this? How do you see these youngsters? What is that one thing that they are doing different than the generations prior to them? Rohit said that when we used to come to Australia, we used to think of how will we perform, will we be able to make runs. We used to put a lot of pressure on ourselves to perform well on Australian soil. But when these youngsters, now that they are coming in Australia, they're not thinking about will they score runs, they are rather thinking how should we help the Indian team to win the matches. So their mindset is very positive in that way, and that is really, really, really helping the youngsters. And this is what the youngsters, we all saw Rishabh Pant in his first test series in Australia did wonders in 2017-18 series. We all saw last time around in Gaba, a lot of players made their debut. Washington Sundar made his debut, did wonders. Yashasvi Jaiswal doing what he is doing in Test cricket, especially that 161 knock in Perth. So he was really impressed by these youngsters, and he said that hopefully they'll go on to serve Indian cricket for a long time, not just in Australia but around the globe. So this was Rohit Sharma's press conference, and he was, as always, Rohit Sharma is a very relaxed campaigner. He doesn't take a lot of pressure. He was in a good mood, laughing, having fun, answered a lot of questions seriously as well. Obviously, he's the captain of the Indian cricket team. But all in all, Indian team is looking good. The momentum is with them with a massive victory in the first test. Now, talking about the Australian team, they have already announced their playing 11. Australia usually does announce their playing 11 a day prior. I'll read out the entire playing 11 for you. Australia playing 11 is Usman Khwaja, Nathan McSweeney, Marnus Labuschagne, Steve Smith, Travis Head, Mitchell Marsh, Alex Carey, Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, Nathan Lyon and Scott Boland. Now the only change you have seen from the first test is Scott Boland coming in for Josh Hazlewood, who has had a side strain injury and he has been ruled out of the second test, and maybe for a few other matches as well. That's not official as of now. The only thing we know is that he is missing the second test because of a side strain injury, a major side strain injury which has ruled him out. Scott Boland, a great bowler, obviously not as experienced as Josh Hazlewood, but then he also brings a lot to the table. So the Australian team hasn't made a lot of changes. Their batting have been crumbling, and that has been the major talking point. Australian bowling, as always, it's a great bowling attack with the likes of Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins, Nathan Lyon, Hazlewood obviously not playing, Scott Boland, Mitchell Marsh, jumping in now. Manas Labuschagne has fancied himself as a medium fast bowler, not just as a spinner, although he bowled both spin and medium fast in the first game. But bowling is not that big a concern, although they did concede a 200-run partnership in the second innings in the Perth test, but it's still not that big a deal. But then the batting, now that is a major cause of concern for the Australian lineup. Their main batter, Steve Smith, who apparently was opening for the last few matches, is now back at number 4 because there's no Cameron Green at number 4. He is out of touch. Manas Labuschagne is completely out of touch. So much so that there has been a lot of debate about his position and his place in the playing 11. Should he even continue playing in the playing 11? That is obviously a big question mark that the Australian fans and the Australian media is asking. Usman Khawaja at the top, failed in the Perth test. Then there's Nathan, obviously McSweeney, who has, it was his debut but he failed to impress. Can't blame him, his first game in international cricket, in test cricket, but Nathan McSweeney not performing, that is also a major cause of concern. Apart from that, Travis Head did look good in the second innings. He is a great batter who can put the pressure back on the bowling team at any given point, but he also needs to score big and help the Australian team to win the matches. This is the second test, as I said. The first test was won by India. Australia is currently under pressure. If they somehow let it slip, this is going to make life very difficult for the Australian team. They have been searching for that Border-Gavaskar Trophy for the last 10 years. It's been away from them. The trophy has been away from them for the last 10 years, and they are desperate to win that trophy. Pat Cummins himself has said that as a captain, I have won the WTC, I have won the World Cup, ODI World Cup, I want to win a Border-Gavaskar Trophy. So this is something that the entire Australian team is very desperate about. So we'll have to wait and see what does happen in the city of Adelaide for the next 5 days. It's a day and night test match, starts at 9:30 a.m. in India. So you don't have to wake up early in the morning, way early in the morning. Wake up at 9, get your beverages, hot beverages, cold beverages, your breakfast, whatever you prefer, and then sit in front of your respective screens, be it a laptop or a TV or a phone, and then enjoy the pink ball test match in Adelaide. When I talk about the records, well, this is something that favors the Australian team. They have played 7 pink ball matches in Adelaide and they have won all 7. This is a very dangerous record on paper to look at. India overall have played 4 pink ball test matches. They have won 3, they have lost 1, and where have they lost that 1 pink ball test? In the same stadium 4 years back. India's lowest ever test total, 36 runs, 36 all out. Oh, even though it was not an all out, Mohammad Shami didn't come out too bad. 36 was what India managed last time when they were in Adelaide with the pink ball. So the memories are not that good. The record doesn't favor India, it favors Australia out and out, but the momentum is with Team India, and that's what is very important right now. And this is what makes this match even more engaging, because on one side the momentum is with one team but the record is with the other team. So we'll have to wait and see which team comes out as the winner in this test match, or will it be a draw? Highly unlikely pink ball test match, it doesn't end in a draw. It usually ends way before time, but we'll have to wait and see what does happen here. But Adelaide pink ball test, day and night match, the fans are excited, everybody's excited, the hype is already up. What are your thoughts? Who's going to win this match in Adelaide?